The Prime Minister has said he wants to take back control of our borders as he announced plans to cut legal immigration. The measures announced include cuts to overseas care workers, tightened English language rules, and migrants having to spend 10 years in the UK before being eligible for citizenship. One industry set to be impacted is hospitality. Kate Nichols from UK Hospitality joins me now. Thank you for talking to us. Kate, what impact do you think today's announcement could have on your industry?
Well, first of all, we do recognise the government needs to get control of immigration. It is a topic of key concern across the country, and we recognise the importance of having measures in place to make sure that we have a regulated system. At the moment, less than 10% of roles within hospitality are eligible for skilled workers. This further tightening, likely to see that restricted even more. So it will have an impact on a small number of workers that are brought in at the highest levels and most senior levels across hospitality currently.
What impact will that have on business owners who are running cafes, restaurants, hotels?
Well, at the moment, the pressure that business owners are facing as a result of the changes introduced in the last budget, the cost of employment, those increases in NICs, making it much harder for them to be able to recruit and invest in their people. So that is the top priority over and above importing labour from abroad. And it's a very, very small proportion of jobs that are currently filled by that skilled visa route. But those that come through are helpful in training our young people and bringing the top skills across the world into the UK hospitality sector. So while it will be a small impact, the bigger impact is on the cost of employment and the difficulty of being able to fill those vacancies.
And on vacancies, where are British workers at right now? Do they want a career, a job in hospitality? Post-pandemic, we saw a lot of change in attitudes.
Well, there are 1 million vacancies across the economy as a whole. So this is not just a problem that faces hospitality. It is common across all parts of the economy where businesses are struggling to be able to fill those vacancies, struggling to find enough people who are in the jobs market. And also then, as a result of the changes in the budget with the increase in national insurance contributions, struggling to be able to afford that employment. So we need a joined up policy approach from government. It's right that they are tightening immigration controls. It's right that they say that businesses should be investing in their people and in the domestic workforce. We now need to see the other half of that policy. We need urgent reforms on apprenticeships, on training and skills levies, and on incentivising employment and bringing people back into the workforce. That's what we need to see from the government, a strategy for employment and work alongside one that controls immigration.
Ideally, what does that training look like to you?
Well, we want to see the foundation apprenticeships, the new reforms that the government is bringing in for manufacturing and advanced manufacturing and life sciences. We want those introduced for hospitality so that we can continue the work we're doing with the Department of Work and Pensions, bringing extra people off benefits into work in hospitality at entry-level jobs with sector-based work academies. We want to see greater powers to be able to use the apprenticeship levy to train those people in the basic skills they need to be able to have a career in hospitality. That will help us to fill those vacancies and fill those gaps. And at the moment, we don't have access to those funds.
If all that doesn't happen, if we take one example, a tangible example to anybody watching this, we're talking about, you said earlier about some of the higher skilled jobs in hospitality. If we look at the chefs that have come over the decades from India, from Pakistan, from Bangladesh, from Sri Lanka, what would happen to those restaurants if those people can't come over and continue to work here?
Well, if we don't get the balance right between investing in a domestic workforce, bringing people back into employment, we have large numbers of people who are economically inactive while we have 1 million vacancies across the economy as a whole. If we don't get the balance right between measures to incentivise investment there and immigration controls, then put simply, we will see restaurants, pubs, bars and hotels having to curb their hours and restrict their occupancy because they simply don't have access to the staff they need to operate at full power. And the economy desperately needs the hospitality sector to be operating at full productivity.
Kate Nichols, thank you very much. Thank you.